Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Hey y'all.
You know today, you know the time, you know the hour, you know what it is. Welcome to another episode of Marriage is Real with,
Marriage is real.
you know who we are,
Jamie
and
and
Damien back in the building after monumental situations in our
Hey
world.
Ben.
What's going on, Ben? Thank you for joining us, man.
I'm just trying to check this lighting, y'all. That's why I'm moving around like this because it look a little.
How was everyone's weekend? There was a lot of stuff that went on this past week since the last time we tuned in. You guys tuned in. It's been a lot going on.
What's been going on?
Roe versus Wade.
You said a lot.
That's a lot. That's enough.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it was some more stuff.
Oh yeah, some other stuff, but you don't.
Hello, everyone's. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank y'all for coming back.
So just give us a quick shout out. Let us know where you're from. I see we got a few people on right now. Just let us know where you're from. Thank y'all for joining us for another week. Tonight, because we got so in depth and we were breaking things down so amazingly. You think it was amazingly?
Amazingly.
Yes. We're going to continue talking about magnanimous, majestical. We're going to keep
superlative.
What's going on,
Tampa
Chris?
Bay.
Tampa
Hey,
Bay in the
Chris.
building. Hey man, we supposed to connect. We still haven't done that yet. We need to hook up and do some collaborations and things. You know what I'm saying? D-Town and Tampa Bay hooking up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But no. So last week, we were talking about the traits of a man. When you out here in these streets and you looking for a companion, a spouse, a man, these, we just wanted to go over some of the things that are important for you to kind of look out for, just to see like, okay, is this what I'm looking for? Is this, what I'm looking for? I guess you
can traits of a man.
Yeah, the traits of a man. Part dos. All right. So do you want to start? I know you was in there, you had your notes and stuff you was working on. You want to
No, that wasn't for tonight.
Oh, you was just kicking off.
I was just listening to something.
Oh, I thought she was in there cooking up.
We was just gonna read. I thought we was gonna continue.
I know. I just thought you can, see what y'all don't know is she is the secret weapon of Marriage is Real. She always got. She be like, you know what? Pi is 3.14 repeating decimal. And I'd be like,
that man, be for real.
So okay, let's just talk about some.
My fan again.
It's right there.
My fan. Oh, hold on, y'all. Appreciate you. You thought about this?
I did.
Oh, see, you gotta get your man and think about your fan.
Think about a paper plate.
Hey, whatever works.
All right, so let's.
I'm trying to be lit for y'all. Lit,
but
lit,
not
figuratively and literally.
But not sweaty.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, y'all, let's get into it. So traits of a man. I'm gonna start off with this one. Something that's important for you to watch out for when you're looking for a young man. Being slow to anger.
Mm-hmm.
It is very easy and very innate in a man to get angry, to be hostile, and stuff like that. And you want to deal with someone that is not always hulking, getting green and getting angry about everything and every situation. One of the things that I always talk about, when I'm talking to our son's 21, I always tell him, you've got to think 2 or 3 steps ahead of the decision that you're about to make.
Right.
There are so many people that we know personally, just as well. I'm sure a lot of people know that are on the broadcast, on the podcast tonight. People that have made decisions in their lives based in anger that change
Absolutely.
the complete trajectory of their lives.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
got to be aware of that. Chill. Think about what you're going to do. Think about what you're going to say, and try to be strategic in your thinking. Sometimes you only have a split second to think about certain things and certain situations. So you want to make sure that you make those decisions and make them count.
Yes, and as I mentioned last week, like we talked about men bleed in silence, and a lot of times you're talking about men not being angry. Sometimes that anger, a lot of times anger is just a feeling of powerlessness, like you don't have any control over what's going on in your life. You don't have any control over what that woman is saying and what she's doing, and you can't never do no right, and she trying to be in control. And sometimes you think she's trying to be in control, but she really not. She just trying to help you.
She throwing subliminals, y'all.
Slice slug. But yeah, and just recognizing that sometimes that anger or that powerlessness or that that what you say, you can't be hulking all the time when you turn into the Hulk. A lot of times that stuff is not about, I feel like it's not about the woman, if you will. Because are you saying that from a perspective of him being angry with the woman, or are you just saying in general?
In general, it may not just be with her. It could be about situations.
Okay.
You can't just fly off the handle, especially being a black man in America. You can't just jump it off every single time you get angry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that comes from the deficit that most black men experience from not having a dad, or not having that male figure around to show him or to model for him how to, deal in meekness, or not even meekness, but how to curtail anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
but even if they've had a man around, they angry too.
But I'm saying, I'm not talking about a defective model. I'm talking about
an example,
a positive model to show you how to,
And I think there's a time and place for everything. Everybody, sometimes you're going to be angry. I'm not saying not to be angry.
Right.
The thing is to be slow to anger. My head is tripping.
And even if you are angry, or anger is coming, you feel it's coming up. It's all about, again, like we always talk about, your presentation. You can even say I'm very angry. I'm pissed in this moment, but you being angry you don't have to come across as a certain type of way because you're angry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you can control that, but see, that's that power under control, I guess, or that's not power under control. What is it? It's something under control. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, yeah, just don't be out here wilding. Yeah. But again, that takes me to, a lot of times when men become abusive, or women think that they are abusive, and it could be, and it's because they're angry. And when you're angry, you say things that you don't necessarily always mean in the heat of a moment, and your words can feel like abuse to her. It's not physical abuse, but verbal abuse, because abuse is abuse. You know what I'm saying?
And then, just kind of like on a tangent, when there's anger and there are arguments and everything like that, try to make sure that you fight fair.
Right.
Don't say things that you will necessarily have to retract or take back later.
Right.
Like, for example, if I'm angry or we're having a disagreement about something, one thing I'm never gonna do. I haven't done it in 26 years. I've never called her out of her name. Right. That's just not something that I'm gonna do. That's something that could have a long lasting effect. Right. I'm not gonna say anything negative or derogatory about her mother, about her family, anything like that. There are certain things and parameters that you need in place so that we know, as angry as I'm getting, I'm comfortable and I'm safe enough to know that you're not going to say anything off the wall or out of character, out of pocket. Like, for example, I know she's not going to call me out my name.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Because the thing about that is, y'all, women can be abusive too.
Yeah.
Because words hurt. Yes, it ain't just like you going to blows with somebody, and it ain't got to be that. Just like if a man did this to a woman, if he like, it's you this, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Your mama ain't, you a mama's, all this stuff that you're saying to him, those words hurt. That's a form of abuse. So don't just think because, oh, he a man, he can take it. No, he ain't gonna tell you like you hurt my feelings in this moment or whatever. But just know that could be contributing to the feeling of frustration that he's already harboring from other stuff, from past hurts and pains and all of that type of stuff, and you're adding to it, and that could be contributing to the anger because now you feel powerless because you can't slap this woman like you want to or choke her. You know what I'm saying? But I just said that to say, sometimes women can aid in the presentation of that anger not coming across in the best manner.
Be fuel to the fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
So be slow to anger. Moving on, next one. Be prudent.
Break that down. What do you mean prudent?
Prudent is like
consistent.
No, prudent is like, let's look it up.
What does it mean to you when you say be prudent? Be wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's look up the exact word prudent real quick. Prudent, not prudential, prudent. The act with of showing care and thought for the future.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Oh, that's good. But that's wise. That's wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes, that's wisdom.
Acting with or showing care and thought for the future.
That's good stuff.
Planning.
That's real good, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? You need to be planning out how the future is going to look, which actually ties into something I was going to say down here later. But let's go on and just mesh them all in together. Fellas, don't go grab that woman and take her somewhere if you don't have anywhere to take her. Like if she's at home,
come on, y'all.
She's at home with her family and her dad is taking care of her. Maybe she's doing her own thing, and you present this whatever to her.
This euphoric lifestyle that we're gonna have. Yeah.
If there isn't anywhere that you're going or anywhere you're taking her, leave that woman where she is. Don't pick her up and tell her, I got this plan. I'm gonna be a rapper.
I mean, but
some people do.
Ain't no shade to the rappers.
Or here's one that we've heard a lot in the future. Just told you.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Another one is I'm going to the NFL. Do you understand the door to the NFL is about this small? There's a lot. You know how many colleges there are in the country, let alone people in other countries that are trying to go to the NFL.
Right.
And hey, Hawanda, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Hawanda.
You want to make sure that you got something that you're gonna do for the future that can provide, because something that's very important to women is stability.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now it's different if y'all are both coming up, y'all both in college or you're both, kind of growing and going together. But even in that, there should be some type of trajectory or direction that you're going in your life to show the person that you're courting or that you're with. Yeah, I can see, he not just gonna be selling candy forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can see that he's going in a good direction. He's going in a place. But if you don't have your stuff together, and I'm not saying you gotta have your, as my daughter says, a 401. You know what I'm saying?
401.
You may not have all that stuff together, but you can tell and see that person is going in the right direction.
Right. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Absolutely. I don't have nothing to add.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
so first, the marriage is real.
Leave that lady where she is. Let her be with her mom and daddy until, But I mean, let me see, because I was gonna say, so to that point, I was saying, like, so what is it like when people say, like you said, leave her where she is, but then what is it when when women say he trying to make excuses? What if that's like you just trying to make an excuse for, you not want to be with me because I'm trying to get my money right?
Well, it's not that you're trying to make an excuse for being with her because y'all are together. Y'all are already together. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
But
but I'm talking about like if she wants to be married.
Okay.
They've been together 3 years and he's still like, you know what, I'm trying to get my money right. And so a woman is like, well, we've been together 3 years, but what we doing?
Well, I guess then that's when you have a conversation with her. It's like, okay, I'm telling you, I got $7.83 in my checking account. We can go down to the courthouse after I get this check, this second check at the end of the month, and get married.
Mm-hmm.
If you cool with that, because I'm telling you by my efforts that I'm looking and striving towards something greater.
Right.
If you cool with being on the struggle bus and eating ramen noodles with me for a while,
well,
that's
women
cool.
We'll
that's cool.
We will struggle. We'll ride it out if you the right person, if you're a man, not just a dude.
A man and not a male.
That part, yes.
Because my thing is, it's like, I forgot what I was about to say.
I'm sorry.
Shoot.
I was talking.
No, you good. But yeah, so hey Julia, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, so just but I understand but to that point too, men have a lot to, what's the word? Like there's a great expectation on being a man. Like people want people, society want men to be perfect. It's like this mindset or this mentality about, and I know this because of you being married to you, but I also see it with like Jordan being 21, our son being 21. People just think that because you're a young man, you supposed to, have it figured out. But it's like, when you was 21, did you have anything figured out? You thought you did, but did you for real? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you do get with that person, your person who y'all meet and y'all get together, and then y'all start to decide to do life together. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what we did, but we still didn't do it in the best way because we was real young. real young. But what I'm saying is, like, there's just a negative connotation to men. Like, I think sometimes people don't give men a pass, like not a pass, but a chance to just a grace to just be human, like what you give everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else get to do this, but if he a man, he should know better. Well, he human. You know what I'm saying? You should know better too when you did what you had did. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got a comment. Hey, Julia. Hey, girl. Let's see.
See, Hawana said, show that credit score in those tax returns. If she don't believe you have to, if she don't believe you have to work to do on yourself.
If she doesn't believe you have work to do on yourself.
Oh,
yes. Good. Yeah, okay. But yeah, show that credit score on those tax returns. She be like, oh, baby, that's okay. We can wait. We can wait. What Julia say?
She asked for us.
Oh, okay, Julia.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep you in our prayers, Julia.
Absolutely, Julia. In Jesus' name. All is well right now, in Jesus' name. So what were you saying? Who is hot?
Oh, yeah, that credit, that tax return, if he a business person, he might be he might be writing everything off. He might show he got $13.
You were saying something about being prudent.
Yeah, I'm just responding to her comment.
Oh, okay. But we were talking about being prudent was the part about being, like, having your stuff together.
For the future.
Okay, that's where. Okay, yeah. Okay. So what's your next point?
Hold on, we got another comment.
Oh, hey, Tanisha.
Hey, Tanisha, thanks for joining. She joined us from YouTube. That's what's up.
Hey, girl, now we got appreciate you.
4 subscribers on YouTube. All right, next one. Be willing to admit when you are wrong. That's a tough one.
Did we?
Did we say that one last week?
I think we did talk about that last week. But
okay.
But please do that. Always do that. Be willing to admit when you're wrong. Trait of a man, accountability, being quick to apologize. Ladies, this goes for us too, but we ain't talking about this right now. We're talking about them. But we
gotta do traits of a woman.
Yes, we will. Yeah, we absolutely will. But we talking about me right now. This was in the spirit of Father's Day. Since we still in the month of June, we are celebrating fathers and men all month long. All month.
MONF.
This is the season and the reason.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead and go get your Father's Day cards now, because they still got them.
Right. They showed. And they might be 25 cents. You might well rack up for next year.
For the next 5 years. Just go on and get them all now. we were watching this video, this little guy on social media.
Oh
He was
yeah.
talking about, he was mad at his mom, talking about, Mom, why you didn't tell me it was
Y'all know,
Father's Day?
y'all know little James. He's talking about, Mom, you wrong for that. You didn't tell me it was Father's Day. You'd be mad if my dad didn't tell me it was Mother's Day. If y'all don't know little James, y'all gotta check him out. He is hilarious. Just a little, I think he's probably about 8 years old, but he is funny. But okay, go ahead. What's your next point?
Next point. Let's go with this one. Be attentive. You want a man that's going to be attentive, because don't women like attentiveness?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be attentive.
Men like attentiveness too.
Be aware. Pay close attention to her moods, body language, etc. That means you need to know your woman. You need to be a student.
Student.
And a steward.
And a steward too. But a student. That's real. That's real.
Of your woman.
Right.
You need to know what's going on. You need to be able to look at her and she come in the room and she like, you good? I'm good. No, you're not.
Right.
You need to know that stuff. So you need to be attentive. You need to pay attention to that woman and what's going on with her and her moods. And, she probably hungry.
Yeah,
Feed her.
We do be hungry.
Yeah, even when she
just want a snack though.
Even when she say she don't want no food, go on here, eat this, and just put the food in. Here, eat this. I don't want this. And they eat it anyway.
Damn, please.
Did you want to add anything to attentiveness?
Not really. I mean, that's pretty.
Hey, I'm 2 for 2.
That's pretty explanatory. You're being attentive. You're paying attention to being attentive, paying attention to the needs, the wants, the body language, the mindset. You can always tell too. Sometimes in the way that the conversation may change. The response to something that you say that you usually say could change. Just being aware of the ebbs and flows with her. Sometimes it's hormones. A lot of times it's hormones, especially as the Lord blesses us with age. Give grace, just like we talking about giving y'all. Give her grace too. But we talking about men today. So yeah, just be paying attention. So because we talking about traits of a man. So I don't really have a whole lot to say because I'm not a man. So I'm letting you kind of help the brothers. But I'm giving you from a woman's perspective, like all of those things that you're saying are absolutely spot on. That's what we're looking for.
Good. All right, next one. Be accessible. We make time for what's important and what matters. Your man should be accessible. And I know there's a whole movement. Do you want a broke man, or do you want, broke with time or rich and no time? Them same men, they wives cheating on them. No, I'm just playing. But a woman is going to want to have time with you. You have to make time to be with that woman.
Right.
There's no woman that you're going to talk to. Think about this. Prime example. I got 2 words for you.
Okay.
Dr. Dre.
Okay.
The billionaire. Sure.
Ain't Jeff, what's the name too?
Jeff Bezos. That's 2 billionaires right there. Y'all, everybody thinks everything is all about money.
Right.
You choose to be with the right woman. We were just talking about, she might want to know there's $7.83 in a checking account, but she want to be married to you.
Right.
Go marry that woman.
If
she willing to rock, to struggle and rock it out with you, go ahead.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
be accessible.
Be accessible. On the flip side of that, you hear all these guys, because see, the thing you gotta watch for, and give them a little tip. Sometimes a dude will tell you he getting his money right because he don't want you. He don't want you. And he taking his time to see if you're gonna leave. Or he'll just string you along. Like we talked about this the other day. It's a celebrity couple. I'm not sure who they are, but they were a celebrity couple that they were on Instagram, and so the young lady was pregnant, right? And so she thinking with their second or third child, they didn't have some babies together, but but she ain't got no ring yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she thinking the dude finna
they at the baby shower.
They at the
third baby shower,
the gender reveal.
Gender reveal for the second baby.
For the second or third, the multiple other child, whichever one it is. Mm-hmm. So she thinking homeboy gonna propose to her. Mm-hmm. He gives her third promise ring. What does that say? If a man gives you a third promise ring, he don't want you.
He promised to promise.
He promising you that you're going to get a fourth promise ring the next time you get pregnant with another one of his kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Most times a dude know if he want to be with you and if he want to marry you.
Right. It don't take that
long. He may not tell you that, but he know. Right. He knows if he wants to be with you and if he's going to marry you pretty quickly. He may not say it.
Most men say that. They know.
I'm just saying. Yeah. You know. You already know. It may not be immediately.
What they be saying.
But you're going to know if you want to be with that person or not pretty quickly. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So if a dude giving you a third promise ring or he keeps saying it's a song by music, soon as I get my money right, I'm going to take good care of you. That ain't necessarily the play, y'all. But back to the point of the trait of a man,
be accessible.
Was that it? Be accessible. Right. You got to spend time with that woman if you're gonna keep her. Because if not, what's the point?
And I'm gonna say this too. So wow, y'all, we women. I'm gonna say we. I'm gonna put us in there, even though I may have been married for a long time. But we as women can do this. You're realizing that he's not prioritizing you. He is not accessible to you when you need him to be accessible to you, but yet you keep making yourself accessible to him. And I mean yourself, your goodies, your good, all of that, the cookie monster, the monkey, the goodie, all of it. You making it real accessible to him when it's convenient for him, but then he's not accessible to you. You can always tell when you are a priority for someone. If I text you, we talked about this, I think last week. If I text you and you can't text me back for 4 hours, but I saw you post on social media, oh, we got a problem. I see now I am not a priority to you because you can't tell me you didn't see that notification pop up on your phone.
Because everybody like this all the time.
Everybody.
All the time. Young people, old people, teenagers, toddlers, newborn babies got tablets.
When grandmamas is on Facebook,
yes,
everybody on there.
Everybody.
So just know, y'all stop making yourself so accessible to these men and they ain't accessible to you.
Right.
So a trait of a man, as per my husband, a man, I ain't going to say black man, a man.
Fine black man.
There you go. Look for a man that's accessible. Now, don't get me wrong. Men do have to work.
Right.
But you will know if this man is really genuine about the reason why you're not able to spend time with him. And it's not like, I'm not talking about y'all spending as much time together as you would like to spend. Okay, because women, we want to be with him all the time, right? But he ain't never got no time for you.
Right. He working 100 hours a day.
And even if you do work 100 hours a day, when you really want somebody, I'm gonna just come over there just to go to sleep. We ain't gotta say that. Because I just want to be in your company. I want your presence.
And I said this a while ago. Back in the day, if y'all are from Dallas, when we were dating, I would drive from Lancaster to the border of Carrollton to pick her up from work just to spend 15 minutes with her.
In the car.
Because
I had to go in the house.
She was still a teenager. She couldn't even sit out in the car and talk to me.
It's like, dark, not at 10 o'clock in the hood, you can't.
And plus she might have had school the next day too.
I did, absolutely.
I would drive 45 minutes to spend 15 minutes with her multiple times a week. Mm-hmm. Because I made time for her because I wanted to.
And a man will do that too. If they want to be with you, if they want to make time for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So yeah, that's good. I like that.
Thank you.
That's very good.
Be accessible. And I think we got a comment here. Let's see what it is. What's up, Tawana? Thank you for joining us.
Third promise ring. He wasting her time.
Yeah, she wasting her time.
And sometimes they be like, man, I feel sorry for her. I'll be like, I don't. Because y'all, one thing they always talk about a woman, they call a woman wisdom. She's all knowing. She be knowing. Women be knowing stuff. Women intuitive. Yes, we are. Do you think that intuition just comes after y'all get married? No, the intuition came. You had it before when you was dating him, but you can't tell that you wasting your time. I don't feel bad.
Ask all your friends and co-workers and family members if they didn't got 3 promise rings.
Some people have.
You know somebody that's got 3 promise rings?
I'm just saying some
in
people
your
have
sphere of
got
influence.
not
Do you
in
know
my
one?
sphere, but I'm just saying.
Hey,
not that I know them.
Okay.
Personally.
Do you know anybody that's gotten 2 promise rings? In a promise to be married. And then they got married.
I don't know if it was a promise to be married. It was a promise ring.
2 of them, though.
Yeah, 2 promise rings.
You know someone that got 2 promise rings.
Baby, yes, I do.
I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking.
But again,
did they get married?
They ain't together. Up to your point, they ain't together.
See, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't get married, but I'm just like,
what he promised to break up with her?
I don't know what the promise was.
So
I don't understand.
All I'm saying is we make time for what's important. That's the whole point of everything that we're saying right now.
And the trait of a man is that he will be accessible and prioritize you.
Yes.
And you will know if that man
if he genuine. Wants you.
You'll know if that man is genuine about him not being able to be around, y'all not being able to spend as much time together as you would like. You know. So.
And that's why a lot of people don't be bringing their people around, or when we talk to them, they don't want us to put our eyes on them because we're gonna be able to peep the game.
But a lot of times it's just anybody can peep the game if you got your eyes open and you paying attention.
Not if they getting game, they can't.
What you mean if they getting gamed?
I'm saying that.
But even people that are getting gamed.
The point is that they get gamed, so they don't know.
I'm not talking about the person that's getting gamed. I'm saying anybody other than us could see this, except for you.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Anybody that's around is like, ooh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if they're getting game themselves, they may not even know.
And sometimes it's kind of like that ignorance is bliss type thing. Like,
I think a lot of it is that.
Like, and you holding on to hope.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of times we do. We hold on to hope. Oh, when we do this, it'll be different. When we do this, it's gonna be different. Or when he does this, or when I do this, or when this gonna change, and it's like
the 4th promise ring.
The best.
The 4th promise ring is gonna be the one.
I wish you the best. Okay, moving on.
Next
trait of a man.
You want to find a man that is a good listener.
Why do I feel like we talked about this?
We didn't talk about listening.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
So listening helps you to get to solutions, allows your partner to voice their concerns, and validates that you are concerned about their needs. You can't do none of that if you ain't listening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you say your stomach hurt, I ain't listening. How am I gonna help you with that situation?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah. Like they'll hear you, but are they listening? An active listener is different than somebody, because a lot of times you're like, yeah, I hear you. You can be watching TV and somebody's talking to you on the phone. He's like, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear that. And you don't know what they said.
You have no idea.
Because you're trying to listen to the story on the news about, what had happened at the Six Flags.
At the Six Flags.
So, an active listener, that's really good. I like that.
So be listening, because you have to be able to address the concerns of your significant other.
And know that you might have to do a lot of listening.
Know that you will have to do a lot.
Because women like to talk. And I forgot how many words they say a woman speaks more than a man, but women we speak a lot of words, And then if you have a woman that's at home with the babies and she don't have a lot of adult, conversation, interaction, you're going to really get some words. So you have to be engaging, not just, you have to be engaging, like you said, attentive, and be a good listener. But on the other side of that, she will do the same for you. All this stuff about traits of a man is the same thing that you want from a woman, but a lot of times with women, it's just more of a natural inclination anyway. Mm-hmm. So, because I know when you're trying to get some of that booty time, you hear real good. You listen real well. You know what time it was. You know what she had on. You know all of the details. You had said, why did she? Now, when did you said, why did she? I'm listening. Because you at the end of this conversation, there's a pot of gold. So keep that same energy.
That's a really good one. I like that.
Keep that same energy when it may not be, you ain't walking down the yellow brick road to the pot of gold. Just keep that same listening
Pot
energy.
of gold. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. All right.
It's a treasure.
So
You know it's true. You know it's true.
So, okay. So in the same vein of being willing to listen, be willing to listen to wise counsel.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that when you, in addition to listening, you want to listen to people that you know have your best interests at heart.
Wise counsel.
Wise counsel, not just people that talk, not people that are bitter, not people that some people might even be hating on you. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that whomever you're listening to, be willing to listen to, that they're going to give you wise counsel.
Right.
What well are they drawing from? What information, what patterns have you seen in their lives that will prompt you to want to listen to what they have to say? For example.
Oh, that's good. Patterns.
Yeah.
Right.
For example, if I know that you are real shaky about the way you spend your money, and you always asking for money and you broke, you're not going to be the person that I come to for financial advice.
Right.
Because your patterns have shown me that you're not the person that I need to speak to about this specific situation. You see what I'm saying? So if you cheating on your wife every day or whatever, and you know what I do when I get mad, I just choke her out.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I just put in the bed so I don't even have to worry about anything.
Wow.
That's not the person that you want to listen to when it comes to your situation.
And a lot of times, like you said something about money, it made me think about, when you're talking about men, what did you say about money? You said something about money. Dang, I forgot. Dang, I'll be losing my train of thought. There'll be so much going on in my head. But dang, okay, just go keep going. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, so when you're listening and you're trying to have wise counsel from someone, make sure that you are listening to someone that's got something to say.
Right.
But then on the flip side of that, sometimes you could hear something from someone that you don't think has something good, that's got something good to say, and it could be a surprise.
Learn to listen to people who you think don't have anything to say. That is, I cannot remember who told me that or where I heard that from, but learn to listen to people that you don't think have anything to say. And I'm not saying like seeking them out for counsel, and that their patterns don't show you that they're capable of giving you this information, but sometimes God will speak through the mouth of someone who you don't think got nothing to say.
Right.
And when they said it, like, oh man, I know that was God speaking to me, especially because of who it came from.
Right. I can't tell you how many times our little people, we don't even call them our kids.
Yes. Our little humans
have said so many profound things over the years. And it started back when they were little. And I would just be like, what little alien people? I mean, it's always been like that.
Right. Or sometimes it's somebody who is always negative.
Yeah, that's really good.
When I tell them this, they finna be negative about this.
You already expecting that it's gonna be negative.
And then when you tell them, they say something like, you know what? If that's what your heart is telling you to do, and you prayed about it, you gotta go for it. Because you only get one life. And it's like,
what?
Oh, wait a minute. Because you just knew that they was gonna be negative. So sometimes in those situations, you can kind of like attest that, okay, God was speaking to me through this person, and I didn't think they had nothing to say, nothing to contribute to my life. But
that's good.
Blessings come through the hands of man, and sometimes God will use whomever to speak to you, like that show. Touched by an Angel.
Yeah,
right, man. It be that way sometimes.
It does.
But yeah,
so moving on, the next one. This is a good one. Be flexible.
That's good.
You want to deal with someone. You want to deal with a guy that's flexible. You have to be flexible and adaptable in life and in situations. Right. You don't want to be with someone that's so rigid that everything they do and everything they say is everything.
Right. Because this is the thing about that. There are seasons to life. We always talk about ages and stages. We always talk about seasons of marriage and all that kind of stuff. If you fall in love with summer, what they say on Game of Thrones, winter is coming. What you gonna do? Okay, this is how it was. That was summer season. That was summertime. That was that particular season of our relationship, or whatever. And now we're in winter. But you so rigid and so what's the word? Not flexible, I guess, that you can't make the necessary adjustments for this new season or this next season of our lives or of our relationship or of this marriage. Because sometimes, everybody ain't married, that listens to us. But when we're talking about the traits of a man, are you flexible? Or are you so rigid and so set in your ways that you can't even think about or slightly see the fact that you need to change or adapt in this particular situation? And that's really sad, and that's a blind spot. We talk about blind spots all the time, but that's a blind spot. If you don't see where these areas that you're rigid and that you need to change, pray about it. Take it to the Lord in prayer. But flexibility is, oh wow, hold on, y'all, we just ran into something.
Well, no, they can't see
okay
that.
Okay, so yeah, but flexibility is a key. That's a really good thing for a really good trait for men anyway, because women sometimes we can change our minds. We change our minds about
we can,
things.
or you do.
We do, we will, we can. Some women are very, rigid in their ways too, but a lot of times, like we always talk about, we always joke about women saying they not hungry.
They are.
Well, you still should have brought me something to eat. But you said that you want to, okay, well, be flexible, because you used to not bringing her nothing to eat or whatever the case is. Just always bring her a dollar burger.
Bring us some.
Some to share.
Bring us some croutons.
Or get enough to share.
Bring us some croutons.
Not some croutons.
But and also in being flexible, know that everything that you say ain't right.
Ooh,
you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because being flexible is so your wife or your significant other may have insight into something that you just don't know yet. Right. But because you're the man, you think everything that you say is right, and it ain't.
Good. That's really good.
So the person that you're with may have information that you need, but because you're unwilling to be flexible, you keep dropping the ball in areas that you don't have to.
Right.
For example, she might be a finance major, so she's better with money than you are. But you telling her, you know what? When I was coming up, when we got ready to pay bills, we put our money in the shoebox. It's 2022, bro. You don't need to do that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen to this. This woman may have insight into something that you just don't know. So you need to be willing to be flexible about a situation, because all answers to all issues in your relationship don't come through you.
They sure don't.
Because sometimes there's a test in that. Can I be willing to listen to someone else, even though when I'm the head or I'm the leader?
Right. But to that point though, why that's the whole point of marriage. It is a partnership. You're not gonna make all the decisions. That's unrealistic. When you say, I just heard it the other day where we talk about how, when someone has your back, that doesn't mean that I'm behind you, we're facing the same way. We back to back. Like when somebody's fighting, you get back to back. So you can watch this way and I can watch this way, because if we both going in the same direction,
somebody gonna get in the head.
Hey, ain't nobody watching, ain't nobody checking for us.
Get snuck.
Right. So when we having each other's back, we're back to back, and we have each other's back, so we can watch all sides. That's what that is. Yeah, that's when he was saying it, I was like, I love that analogy, because that's been my mentality about it. When somebody says, I got your back, well, if your back is turned while you got my back, then we both can get ambushed. Who watching your back?
Yeah.
So that's a really good analogy. And just knowing that you, as a man, you're not going to have all the answers. You just don't. It's not realistic, because if that's the case, then you could do life by yourself. And none of us can do this life by ourselves. Right. Everybody needs help.
That's right.
So,
and that leads into my next point. It ties into it perfectly. A trait of a man that you want to have is for him to be a leader. You know how you find out if he's a leader?
If he's a servant?
No.
How?
You watch him.
Oh, but to that point, if you don't know what leadership looks like, how do you know what you're looking
But
for?
yeah, that's a very good point. That's a fair point. But when I'm saying leadership, I'm just saying kind of basic entry level stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can he speak up if he needs to speak up?
Right.
Can he take charge of a situation when he needs to take charge of a situation?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Can he engage with other people? There are traits of leadership that you should be looking for. Does he ask you to go and talk to the person at the counter? Or do you or does he go and do it himself?
Does he take the initiative?
Right, exactly. So when I'm saying that, being a leader, and again, to the point of what we were just talking about, being a leader doesn't mean you always have all the answers.
Right.
Because as the example that we always give about a company, and you have a CEO, the CEO doesn't have all the answers to everything.
Right. That's why you put the right
people,
appropriate
you put
people
the right
in place.
people in the right positions to help your organization to thrive and to be profitable.
Right. And if you're going to put this person in this place, and then for this particular thing, and then when this issue comes up, you don't even consult them for the very reason that you hired them for, well, then what was even the point? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I will say too, as men are becoming, because they say becoming a man, he's becoming a man. Women don't necessarily become, they're just, women or young ladies. She's a beautiful young lady, but he's really becoming a man or whatever. So in that, because you were talking about leadership, sometimes, the leadership is just initiating resolution, and not always allowing you as the woman. He doesn't always allow you to resolve and rectify the issues that come about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this man needs to go get his driver's license, well, he needs to go get his driver's license. It's not like, baby, can you fill out my paperwork? Can you go down there to the DMV and go pick the paper up? Can you log on to the site for me and fill out my what? Wait.
You sound like you got a son and not a husband.
Right. So that, and you want to make that distinction, because as nurturers, y'all, we will nurture some stuff. And sometimes you can think maybe that's love, but it out of time and out of place, it's not healthy for a man.
Right.
But I'm just saying, out of place in whatever season, it's not healthy for a man. And I'm saying this because I'm a mother of a 21-year-old. Certain things they have to live through, they have to learn, they have to take that initiative. You can give them insight. Okay, this is what you need to do. Look into this, look into that, woo, woo, woo. But what we have a tendency to do is do it for them, which is stifling their growth for them being with a woman who's going to be looking and expecting him to, like I said, initiate a resolution. And you don't know what to do because he ain't never initiated no resolutions. But I will say this too, women. Let me see what time we're okay, good. But I was saying before is that men become like they're always saying men becoming a man. As a woman though, and that's why I was saying with you last week, I learned to give him grace, because I don't know if God just, helped me to realize this, just listening to different sermons, but you have to recognize that when someone is becoming, just like if it was us, anytime you're becoming something, you're not that yet. So you're learning. So you're in a stage of learning as you're becoming this thing. And in their case, a man. So with learning, going to be a lot of mistakes. They're going to make some mistakes. And we be looking like, oh, that was dumb. Like, that's what you thought was the best thing to do. But again, giving grace, because by society, everybody wants a man to know everything. He's supposed to have it figured out. He's supposed to know how to initiate a resolution. Well, if nobody's ever taught him, then what? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that to say, sometimes women, we can be really hard on them because we have this high expectation for these men, especially younger men, and then older men who ain't never had an example. They've never had it modeled for them, of us wanting them to be this man. And it's like, but what? It's like somebody wanting you to be a mother of a 16-year-old and you ain't never even had a baby yet. So now you want this man, this guy, this male to come in and become this man or this man to come in and become this head of household who's never had to do that before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, give grace, the same grace we want for when we mess up and don't know necessarily how to be mothers and wives and all that kind of stuff, but just know as men are becoming, they're learning, and so we have to, give grace.
Good.
So
I like it. All right, I'm gonna just go on this last one because this is gonna probably take us to the very end. And this is gonna apply more towards a people. Oh, let me hit this comment real quick. Kawana said, "Ouch, Jamie. Ouch. Good one, Jamie."
Thanks, Awana.
So this last one is gonna apply towards someone that's in a relationship. You may be living together, you may be married or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But a trait that you want to see in your significant other is you want him to be able to know to protect the peace of your home at all costs.
Okay.
That's a very big one in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Right.
And it's something that, depending on your families and your situation, it's something that takes time. You have to create your own, what's the word we use? Culture. Create your own culture in your own home of how you're going to do things. Right. How we're going to handle our mothers, how we're going to handle our fathers, how we're going to handle the siblings and the family and everything.
Setting
boundaries and letting people know that when it comes to this situation and these four walls, we are a united front. Mm-hmm. What she says and what I say, that's all that there is. Mm-hmm. And people in your family will try you. They're going to try to do things. They're going to try to say things just to see, well, I'm her son or I'm her daughter or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they're going to try to do things to see if y'all are as serious about the situation as you say that you are.
Right.
So you want to front. Right. And because I was listening to Creflo Dollar today, and he said one of the biggest issues when it comes to people having health, he's got some friends that are doctors in different fields and everything. He said these doctors, these tops of the medical profession told him that the biggest issues that people have within their lives that cause medical issues is stress.
No peace.
When you don't have peace, it causes stress. Right. And if you can because life has enough stresses as is.
Right.
Going to work, family, children, bills, everything. I mean, all that. The list goes on and on. Health, wealth, food. I mean, there's enough stuff going on.
Just trying to define who you are and find your purpose.
The fear of failure.
Right.
I mean, the list goes on and on. But there are some issues in some places that you can regulate your peace.
Right.
And one place that you can do that is where you lay your head at night.
It's your house. Absolutely.
You have to be vigilant and you have to be stubborn about protecting the peace of your home.
Right.
Because no one is going to respect it and treat it the way give it what it deserves. Mm-hmm. Like you and your significant other or your spouse.
Right.
So have those conversations and talk about what needs to happen in order for you to have the peace that you're going to definitely need. Because what happens is if you allow those things and those people to infiltrate, it starts out and seemingly to be a small thing and it grows.
Right.
It grows and it can get out of control. Now, where we didn't have this specific issue in our home, once we let that specific issue in, now it's done got in and it's festered, and now me and you are at odds.
Right.
Because I thought we were gonna stand to have peace in our house, and you let cousin Cleophas come spend the night without even talking to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Cleophas steals. Now we come home one day and he took all our furniture, and I'm looking at you upside your head because you ain't talking to me about Cleophas coming and staying with us because he got kicked out for stealing something else again.
Right.
You know
But
what I'm
like you
saying?
said, as a man, though, that's your charge to protect the peace of your home.
Yep.
Of course, women, we do it too, because sometimes when it comes to parents or family, you know, you handle your family and he handles his. But one thing I will say is when a man can stand up in love and stand up and have a gentle strength, people respect that. I don't care the most, you know, the person who everybody say, oh, she this, she that. When it comes to this man standing up and speaking up for his house, oh, she'll sit down. She might not act as if, she'll probably try to front and act like, girl, I don't know who he's talking to, but I bet she won't do it again. I'm just, this is from what I know now. From what I heard, the person that you think is the one that's gonna give you the most pushback, when a man stands up and you ain't see, when it's coming from you, sometimes you gotta go there, or you gotta go and do a certain thing, be like, look, let me tell you, you gotta do all that. But if this man just stands up and takes the initiative and says, hey, you know, this is what we're doing, you know, from my house, what, can't nobody do nothing but respect this man for trying to for respecting and protecting the peace of his home. So I've noticed that, you know, not just with us, but even with people that we know, this man, that man say he ain't trying to do it. Hey, I ain't got no question. That's their house. That's how he want to do it. Mm-hmm. But make sure y'all on one page about it. I'm not saying like let him control. Your mama can't come over here no more. You know,
no,
that kind of stuff.
Nothing like
but
that. But
just knowing though, having taken, again, like you said, taking that initiative to be resolution minded, that's taking the initiative to protect the peace of your home. Sometimes when a man can't do that, women start to slowly lose a little bit of respect, that you can't initiate things, even in the smallest things. Just standing up and saying, I don't feel like I should have to always fight these battles for us. You know what I'm saying?
You mean her saying that?
As a woman, yeah. Oh, okay. You don't want to have to always fight the battle. You will do it because you might, oh, well, my husband more soft-spoken. Or no, my husband more, no, miss me with that. You know, I understand you can have some introverted men and you can have some more, you know, reserved type of people. He is too. But when it comes to you, you are a more reserved person. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying
I ain't no introvert.
No, I'm not saying that you don't speak up. I'm just saying that there are some men that don't like confrontation. They don't want to, you know, but depending, when it comes to like the peace of your home in that relationship, she wants to see it. She want to see it, because then if there's a deficit of those things happening, that respect is slowly starting to trickle away. I'm just, so y'all take that with you. But a trait of a man is, what's the protecting the peace of your home.
Protect the peace of your home. And then another, and I'll say this and we'll get ready to wrap it up. Make sure, you know, like you got to have, this comes with a lot of conversation. You have to figure out how to do that and what works. Like, for example, for us, we'll usually, you know, we handle our own families.
Right.
We usually do that. But, you know, if need be, I will. Right. You know, but it doesn't have to come to that point most of the time. We both do a good job of managing our families, and it works well for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we've gotten things to where they are, to where people respect us and respect what we say and how we live our lives. Or like my dad will be like, oh, I know you got to go talk to Jamie about that. I sure do. Because I respect my wife and I love my wife and I value her opinion about things, because she always gives me different perspective about different situations or things that I may not think about, because I'm big picture minded and she's going to see the details of things that I may not necessarily see. So what do you think about this? Even if it's something that I'm going to make the decision about, you know, let me talk to her and see what she thinks. Oh, I didn't think about that. Well, that makes sense. Oh, I didn't even think about that at all. So we're having these conversations. Plus, I want her to know that what she says in her opinion and what she thinks matters in our relationship. Right. This is not a dictatorship. And I hate when I hear people say your marriage should be a dictatorship. No, it shouldn't. Mm-hmm. This is a democracy. You know what I'm saying? She a grown woman. I'm a grown man. And
what time it is?
I'm watching it.
Okay.
We got 28 seconds.
Oh Lord.
And you know, so I'm seeing those things, and it's just like we got to change that. So
anyway, he took up all the time. I was gonna say if anybody had any questions, but you know, we don't have a lot of time for no questions. Hey Angela, I see you came in, girl. She said she missed it. She had to be at church tonight. Good. We'll see you next week.
Thank
But
y'all so much for
thank
tuning
y'all for tuning
in.
in. We love y'all. See y'all next week. Stay tuned, come back, and all of those things. Deuces.
Bye, y'all.
And Trace.
Swap on the track right here.